Okay, so we're back at Transect 1, Sample 3, where we just did our clip plot.
Yes.
And Stephanie's going to take some soil samples, or a soil sample. Go ahead.
So at each sample plot, we have a bag for the soil samples. So you can see Transect 1, and then this one says 1. So we're going to use this bag. Where we have our sample number is 3. And it's nice to do this after we collect the above ground biomass because it's much easier to get to our soil. So as long as you're in your quadrat area, or I guess your quarter quadrat,
right,
or quarter meter,
yeah.
Just find an area where you can kind of clear off any debris, and then you take the probe and you want to push it all the way down, which sometimes requires some strain.
That's good. No, that's good.
That's
You
good
covered, yeah, you're not going to get any more soil than that.
Okay. All right, and then you do a quarter turn, and then we lift it back up. You can see all that soil that I got. There's a little bit of mixing that occurs right here, but it's going to be from the soil that we collected. So
how well this is really going to work to get the sample out. So we may have to use our fingers.
okay.
Oh my gosh, it's really pressed it in there really deep. We had to do another one. Oh my god.
All right, so we've got a core of about, I would say 15 to 20, maybe 20 centimeters, 15. And you can see, so we have the top of the soil is going to be higher up, and then this is the bottom of our core. And it's pretty firm. Usually we could use this to try to get it out, but I think this is a little too moist and dense for this to work very well. So we can just use our hands.
And remove the top.
And we
the
want
organic,
to
yeah.
Organic.
Yeah, the top, like third. Sorry, with all the fingers. Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, so you can look in the soil and see these color patterns that are indicative of a fluctuating water table. It's kind of gray, but then you have these orange models. So that's iron concentrations of oxidized iron.
Right, and then if we look at the bottom, you can see more clay and more of those models. So that's very cool. So this is definitely wetland soil.
Mm-hmm.
We do bring gloves out for this part if you want to use gloves, but Stephanie and I have worked with dirt so much, we just like touching it with our hands to get it out. It just seems to work better.
I can't remember the last time I didn't have dirt in my fingernails. So
Yes, exactly.
what's the point?
I know. This is the fun part of playing in wetlands. Yeah. We're at least not in the mud.
Yeah. And when you're doing this, if you are doing it with your hands, you can definitely feel a difference in the texture and in the density of the soil as you go from the top part to the bottom part that you get. Like this is much denser than what I was at first pulling out. All right, so now we have our soil sample, and it's labeled, and we just have to make sure it's sealed. We don't want to lose any of this. And we're going to test this for a few different things.
Right. For soil organic matter and for pH, and that's it. Oh, and we're also going to determine the soil moisture level. So since we're not going back to the lab today, we're going to put this in a refrigerator, and we'll keep it on ice on the way to that refrigerator. And then when we go to the lab next week, we'll lay it out and for air drying.
Yeah, because Because if we let this dry in between when we put it in the oven, because we have to get the mass first, then it will have lost some moisture and we won't have an accurate idea of what that percent moisture is.